Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It is episode 65. We're in Act 3 in Camorra, and we now need to head over here to the Anatomical Opera. We have business. Oh, and then we see this person. The person with the wings. They are an assassin.
Kemorak.
The ease with which the flyer took to the air suggests that they made use of profane xenotech. So there's a little story there. Listen here, you bloody oaf. I need to get in to see your master. Leave or I will break your neck. You shit-stained spawn of a Sekik. The monster is looking at the frenzied Jai Hadari in cold silence. Hey, you pile of hot dung? Yeah, you dumb Ashmeg. I'm talking to you. Jai Hadari looks match her coarse speech. Disheveled, ratty, and bereft of all her jewelry and rakish glamour. Her eyes locked on the gatekeeping monster are brimming with fury and desperation. And her voice resembles a gruff bark. Here's the deal. I need to see your master. To take back what is mine, you hear me? He and I have unfinished business. Doesn't concern you. And besides, Jai notices you and breaks off. Shireen, you're alive. She grits her teeth. Apologies, Holt. One moment. Turns back to the monster. I'm with him. I only need 5 minutes. Don't be a Sekik. The monster leans forward to take a closer look. The master said no. Only he is allowed. Go away. Ooh, looks like you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, you piece of... Jai breaks off, starts coughing, and throws her head back, drawing a labored breath. To your surprise, you see living flesh where her neck implant should be, punctured by narrow scars showing where the augment was once grafted onto the woman's skin. Now listen here, you ugly mug. I have an offer to make, and you do well to take it. So tell me what you want, you piss-brain Ashmeg. I can get you anything. Is it combat toxins? A new blade? A force sword? A poison dagger? Or maybe a few bodies to play with? Jai lashes out in hysterical desperation. Has she got your tongue? Say something, damn you. Is it sex? Gold? Blood? Weapons? Sex and blood? Weapons and gold? The monster's right hand reaches out for Jai's neck, but the left one intercepts it halfway. A click and the cloudy ooze from yet another jar seeps into the Hulk's backbone, causing it to twitch as if it had been electrocuted. The master forbade me to break. Go away. Jai dodges the rampaging beast and addresses you pleadingly. Halt, Shireen, light of my eyes. Help a grunt out, will you? Or friend, whatever. I'll owe you one, and I'll always square up, you know it. I never weasel out of deals like this one. I'll pay you back in full. What happened to you? I was in there, you understand? Jai breaks off and helplessly points at the entrance to the homunculus's chamber. That's where he cut me. The many-armed Ashmag took away my breath. He started by cutting off my head, but I was alive and conscious. I hung from the wires and watched what he did to my body. He took out the implant, the throat, the lungs, the whole thing. Then he grabbed a chunk of flesh, messed with it, sewed it into place, and everything came back. Jai is overcome by a hacking cough, flecks of blood on her hands, when she draws them away from her mouth. I'm dying, Holt. Dying again. You're dying? Why? It's the Carcina, Shireen. Jai spits out the word and shuts her eyes tight as if the word itself could hurt her. What is wrong with the homunculus giving you new organs instead of an implant? Because they're not organs. They're shit. The mind's left with busted rags for lugs, and when the Carcina started, I nearly died, Shireen. By the time I saved up enough for an implant, I was coughing up blood every day. I almost didn't make it. And now the Xenos Ashmag, this son of a star jackal and a blood-faced Dukari slut, grew a Carcina out of my own flesh and shoved it back into my throat along with some shitty organs he'd grown in a bloody jar. Seems we have much to discuss. We sure do, Holt. I guess the rip-roaring yarn about the princess from a desert planet won't cut it anymore, but I'm begging you. She raises her head and looks at you, eyes glistening with tears. Later, okay? I need to see the homunculus. I need my implant. Don't let me die the way the rest of the mine rats do. Not that way, Shireen. Any way but that. This woman is with me. The oaf clumsily scratches at the fresh scar atop its head and concedes fine. The master permitted companions. She is a companion now. May the Exalted One shower you with a blessing, Shireen. I always knew you were a decent sort, not rotten inside. A bit out there, but not rotten. Jai bends over in yet another coffee'd fit and spits out a crimson-tinted clot. As it take me. Should move my arse while I can still carry it around. Jai gained the death rattle effect. It's permanent. A terminal throat illness that slowly exhausts its victim. Okay. Meet, Rack says. The master ordered that you be let through. When you approach, a few augments spring to life inside the monster's bulk. An ejector hisses, filling its blood with compounds that cause its vein to bulge and its muscles to swell and twitch spasmodically. I will show you which of us is really meat. You want to do this. You need to kill him. You need to take his heart. While the injector system clicks as it drives pistons into the giant's body, and it responds with a blind howl of unadulterated rage, the brute lunges, but its strike does not startle you. Because you are Holt von Valencius, and this thing is gonna die. You want to collect as many of these things as you can, like this, Rack's macrosteroidal gland. He also gets some Cabalite armor and a hex rifle. Jai Haidari, what are you using? You've got nothing. Okay, let's fix that situation right now. Flames of Retribution. It's a shield. Well, you don't really need that, but what is Xenomesh medium? I don't really want you wearing medium chainmail, so you'll wear nothing for now. Can you use any of this stuff? Yes, you can. You can use a Ripper. It's got a recoil of 8. Okay. Do you have any good pistols here that you can use with lots of recoil rates of fire? No. That has a rate of fire of 6. Okay. What's this got? Rate of fire of 4. There's the hex rifle we just picked up, which is a single shot deal. Okay. And swords and daggers. Alright. What else do you got here? You got a grenade? Great. These are stabbed grenades, cheap grenades. Okay. What is this? Assassin. Whenever the wearer performs an area attack, if the wearer kills an enemy or scores a critical hit, they gain lethality. That's for an assassin. Alright. Let's go. So we need to speak with Teventius. He will remove the mind maggot from your brain. Say you will work for him, and afterward he will give you your gear back. That guy,
I will read us to fortune.
He's straight out of a Nazi concentration camp comic book, isn't he? Like he's...
Always keep your eye on the prize.
All right, my friend. Teventius, the Archmechanator. The creature in front of you is a patchwork of skins, stuffed with darkness, corruption, and sharp objects. Staring at you with its scalpel eyes, its grumpily remarks, "Such a disobedient specimen. You're still not dead. An anomaly." Its foul, corrupt thoughts reach out to you, groping at your face. I need help. But I see you will soon become a very obedient specimen. Convulsive spasms, hysterical reactions. Come here. The creature pokes you in the chest, its triangular fingernail easily penetrating your skin. A strange sound throbs at the edge of your awareness, a sound similar to your own scream. A grotesque spider-like figure looms over you. Its limbs wave frantically, chittering and clicking as they rip apart and then stitch it back together. And you realize its canvas is your flesh. The Xeno's gaze is indifferent and his low voice echoes through the room. The sample has been extracted. The specimen is alive. Body and mind expected to function within normal parameters. Monkey. There is something fundamentally wrong with the Xeno silhouette and its twitchy, abrupt movements, and it sets your mind reeling in disgust. Each of its mechanical tool appendages seems designed to be as sickening and horrifying as possible. What happened to me? The control worm in your nervous system detected my proximity. It signaled it was dying by injecting a lethal dose of hallucinogenic euphoriants into your bloodstream. A resourceful individual. That thing in my head is your pet? The Drukari holds up the pale maggot, the same one you saw in Marazai's hands. As you watch the tool appendages perform a swift dissection, the maggot's flesh bursts under the scalpel-like claw and blossoms into a disgusting, slimy flower. The Xenos' slow manner of speaking creates an unnerving dissonance with the frantic movements of his limbs. I grew this specimen specifically for you, Monkey. During your interrogation, it intoxicated your feeble senses to limit unnecessary resistance. What a curious experiment it was. I usually extract control worms from specimens posthumously. You possess some degree of bodily fortitude. Do you eviscerate everything you lay your hands on? Evisceration is one aspect of my most respected art. His scalpel fingers scrape together with a hushed metallic shriek. I demand recompense for all the outrageous experiments you have subjected me to. The homunculus lets out a laugh of contempt. Recompense? You brazen scrap of flawed flesh? I did you an honor by lowering myself to interact with your trivial organics branded by inferiority. I take it you're Tervantius. You are absolutely correct, specimen. I am Tervantius, the Arch-Machinator, homunculus and the conductor of this place that staggers the imagination and soul. My anatomical opera. I am Rogue Trader von Valencius, and I have not granted you permission to extract a single cell from my body. Curious. Decreased cognitive function, including the loss of basic survival instincts, an expected effect of brain intoxication in a lesser organism. The Arabenian urged me to pay attention to your allegedly extremely gifted self, specimen. Let us see if you make a good tool. Same as you, little moth. The Xenos points a mangled limb toward your Liette. Unless, of course, the darkness of Camorra burns you as fast as the others. What does that mean, homunculus? Who knows, Assyriani, who knows? The Xenos makes a chuckling sound. What exactly did this Arabenian tell you about me? The Xenos lets out a strange sound that almost resembles a scoff. This information should not burden your undeveloped mind. The Arabenian told me enough to give you the chance to enter my anatomical opera. That is all you need to know. All right, what do you want from me? You will return to the arena of the fatal thirst. You will kill a few of the witch's fosterlings for me. You might even spill the blood of one of the blood-stained proselytes. The homunculus looks past you as he delivers his imperious speech. They are long overdue a small lesson in humility. They have forgotten their place, their lack respect. They do not appreciate my work. They fail to recognize my authority. Still staring into the distance, he continues to list his grievances with maniacal thoroughness. And the Drukhari have shown. The homunculus makes a snapping sound. Here comes Abyss and his fosterlings. The leader of the blood-stained proselytes has paid a visit to the anatomical opera. Take this opportunity to study them properly. They won't dare touch you here. I see. Well, I shall serve you if you help me make my escape. The response is acceptable. If you behave like a good specimen, Monkey, you may eventually receive my help in escaping Gamora. Help from you? Jai says. She coughs violently. You think anyone will believe that after your foul experiments? She touches a scar on her neck and coughs again. The Flesh Master was mad enough to help us escape in favor of his own unholy designs, but the price, Elentak, will be unfair and terrible. Obedience will be rewarded. Take your crude gear with you. I abhor such technological banality, but a creature as undeveloped as you may find it useful. You hear one of the joints in Tavantius' arm click. Once you are finished with this, go and look at the ones who will be your executioners when the time comes for you to die. Remember, if you try to deceive me, you will suffer a fate worse than death. I even know which fate specifically. The pale Monkey, the one who could not stop prattling about your pitiful faith, was quite susceptible to my method. So we get our gear back, which is always nice. Collect all except... Let's just take everything. Yep, alright. So to inventory, to cargo is cargo. Alright, grab everything. The sheer primitiveness of your technologies. Go, specimen. Deliver Tavantius' message of blood to the arena of witches. The homunculus gestures imperiously at the exit. I see. I wish to know more about you and your craft. I am not in the habit of conversing with specimens, but if it increases your motivation to serve... I see. What is your craft? An absurd question befitting your small-minded kind. The homunculi are artists of anguish and the masters of flesh, the deliverers into unexplored sources of pain, the greatest among their people. My head holds a brilliant intellect. My hands command power over life and death. My body is the pinnacle of surgical discipline. Our minds hold the knowledge of hundreds of generations. Are you aware of the beautiful variety of essences that can be extracted from the psychic energy of a dying sentient creature? One of the ways shades of torment and methods of termination alter an essence's properties. This is the great alchemy of death and transformation. Until this day, I could only dream of meeting such a wise and enlightened being. The homunculus's limbs react with an excited clatter of blades. I have few equals in Gamora. My knowledge is vast and it goes beyond the mysteries of flesh and essences. I have observed many disjunctions where the destructive energies of the unreal erupted here in the webway. I have studied that devastation force and learned to harness it. I have created psi stiflers to keep the space around this spire intact. I have touched knowledge so ancient. Tavantius abruptly ends his speech, casts a suspicious look at you, and then snaps. It is not necessary for you to know this, specimen. I see. Am I to understand that the most fearsome Drukhari warriors are created by artisans such as you? Without a doubt. Even the most skilled witches and mighty Kabalites are outstripped by the pure destructiveness of our genius. Yet I long ago rose above the building of commonplace battle beasts. The monstrosities I create are unique. My last specimen, the Katonos, surprised every trifle ever made by my rivals. I fed it elite warriors until it escaped and hid in the mangled sector. I would have caught it, but then a new idea drew my attention. At present, I'm working on a grotesque of previously unknown power built from the most exquisite and exotic body parts from the strongest warriors. Specimens. Should you ever see the corpse of a fine warrior or a mighty creature lying at your feet, cut out the best part and bring it to me. See, that's why we needed to kill things. You're going to pick things up as you go through. Kimura and we want to kill him and bring it to him, I shall find you some interesting samples. Kimura, Ellentalk. Do you not get enough monsters in this accursed city? Good specimen. Your cooperation will be rewarded. Why did I survive the interrogation to which Marzai brought me? Your body was given to me for disposal. It was thrown in the cesspit. It is an anomaly that the specimen did not die. I must consider fitting the disposal chute with a shredding mechanism. Ooh. Yurliet shakes her head. The Master of Flesh is twisting the truth, Ellentalk. Had the Arabinian not interfered in the Archon's trial, it is unlikely that anyone could have survived that questioning. Well then, I would like to speak with you about a member of my retinue who was delivered to you. Which specimen in particular interests you? You tortured my tech priest, Pascal. Why? Shardine, are you really trying to find the logic in this Asmag's actions? I was curious to see what kind of symbiosis might emerge between rudimentary Monkey augments and my own unflawed creations. Much like cartilage infused with steroids will swell the subject's feeble body, new computational circuits sprouted throughout his algorithms. I found the process enlightening. My bodyguard, Cabela. Do you have her? Yes. Female specimen. Negligible veil influence. Primitive notions of death. I disapproved her views on cessation of existence by way of reanimation and uncomplicated manipulation of the mind. You may take your monkey servant, or however many of her are left in there. I intended to dispose of them all the same. There were hired bodyguards in my retinue. I would like to have them back. Specimens awaiting disassembly are kept in the pen. Take whichever ones you wish. All right. Well then, I require your aid, Homunculus. You forget yourself, specimen. Go and serve my will, and should I ever decide to show you favor, I will do so at my time of choosing. I see. Well, my success benefits you. It is reasonable for you to help me. If you are unable to make yourself useful, I would rather wait for you to die and find myself a better tool. You should be worthy of my attention, not a drain on it. I see. Is there anything I can offer to repay a being of such brilliance for the attention he may graciously grant me? Your paltry possessions do not interest me. If you had something that could intrigue a master sculptor such as I, perhaps a remarkable piece of organics, then I might grant you a few short moments of my time. If it is a sacrifice you want, artisan of flesh, then I am ready to offer myself as one. Yurliet's voice vibrates, but she keeps her eyes locked on Tervantius. Will you take my flesh? I will take more than flesh. I can extract something far more valuable from a single shred of your organics. The homunculus smiles unnervingly. This does interest me. I will not remove much of her. Her functionality will not suffer. Yurliet, why? This will be a step upon the path of atoning for the errors of my past, Ellentalk. If my sacrifice will bring you closer to salvation, I will commit myself into the hands of the tormentor. No, we will speak no more of this. Yurliet frowns and you catch a strange look in her eyes, a mixture of sadness, relief, and shame. I found some materials. Are they suitable for your new monster? The homunculus digs through the chunks of flesh with enthusiasm of a hungry vulture. Finally, he snaps, "Good materials. Good specimen. Bring me more." And he takes Rack's macrosteroidal gland and the arena's beast claws. All right, I require a moment of your precious time, and I'm willing to pay for it. So, after rummaging through what you have, Tervantius pulls out a fragment of flesh that has caught his eye. He splits off a piece of it, places it in his mouth, thinks for a while, and finally concludes, "Curious. You have earned my attention, specimen. Speak quickly." You took my companion's respiratory augment and now she's dying. Return it immediately. Tervantius places an appendage on his chest in an almost comically human gesture of wounded pride. What striking proof of the innate shallowness of your kind. After ridding her of that crude device she referred to as an augment, I restored an intriguing feature of her genetic code. So be it. I will not squander my best materials on her. I will return her mechanism without delay. First, let us remove the redundant parts. Several instruments of death with blades of varying length, thickness, and curvature appear in Tervantius' hands. He bares his teeth and addresses Jai in an insinuating voice. Which one do you choose? Jai's mouth twists and she looks ready to unleash a torrent of profanity in the homunculus's face, but she stops herself and swallows her ire. With her head bowed, the smuggler lies down again under the Xeno's knife. It's all about getting the crew back together. Alright, so that is done. Now he has some goods, but we gotta go get more.
Keep your wits about you.
What does that say? Okay, so we gotta go up here, I think. We got Cabela up here. We got a Chimera. Yeah, let's get Cabela. The floor of the cage is littered with corpses, their arms sticking out between the bars and their pale faces pressed against the cold metal. Above them stands Cabela, frozen between two female figures. She listens to their sinister whispers, her arms hanging limply. You are nothing but a weapon designed to spill blood. You have no will of your own, and thus cannot resist him. Admit it. The derisive Cabela says he has sullied you, battered you. You are an unholy imitation. You should have accepted this by now. Each corpse has one or two brutal, indisputably lethal wounds. A pierced heart, a slashed throat, a black void instead of an eye socket. Each body, both living and dead alike, has the same face, Cabela's face. Both figures standing next to her also have her face, and yet there is no mistaking one for the other. One of them is twisted in a still mask-like grimace of loathing. It rasps as if ripping its own throat apart. You are created to serve as a tool. You do not have the capacity to oppose the hand that commands you, and that is why sooner or later you will succumb. The other wears a smile, both mocking and pained at once. Like the first figure, this one seems unable to rid itself of its expression. You are ruined. That is why the Undying One refuses to take you away. Now you are prey for the wicked, their plaything. After getting a better look at the doppelgangers, you notice faint scars on their skin left by the scalpel that has transformed their appearance. Subtle as their sculptor's handiwork may be, it does not stand up to your scrutiny. You are fabrications. Who were you before the homunculus changed you? Why do you play along with his deception? We are her. We are shards of a soul that is crushed and cursed. Do you not recognize your servant in her new form, Damen? The wicked spawn never stops grinning brazenly. The other doppelganger, grimacing angrily, nods at Cabela with contempt. Do you think she is cleaner than us, Damen? She is broken. Nothing could shake the Cabela you knew. Before you was a warped imitation of who she was. Repulsive, tainted. You should just leave me here, Damen. Leave me and do not come back. I am cursed. No, I don't think so. The three nearly identical yet distinctly different faces bearing Cabela's features turn to you. What happened here? Stay away, Damen. I have been corrupted. The blasphemer said you were dead. This worthless blade had failed you, and all it could do was to break itself against the bones of its enemies to wash away the shame. I fought them. I forced them to take my life. But the dark flesh carver, he committed an atrocity. He has spurned death itself. Whenever I received a mortal wound, he would wrest my fading soul from his hands. He mended my wounds, made my heart beat once more, kindled my consciousness a moment before it could extinguish forever. And he did it again and again and again. And every time I found myself upon death's threshold, he claimed a part of my soul to create this. Cabela gestures to her copies. Unhallowed replicas. My soul is mutilated. and I am a mockery of what I once was, and I can't fight. Not anymore. Not even the most skillful among the blasphemous Xenos can fracture the soul of one of his servants. The homunculus is playing a mind game with Cabela by convincing her that his puppets are all parts of her. In truth, it is merely an intricate deception. I'm taking you away from him. Before Cabela can say anything, her furious copy hisses, "You will not endanger the Daemon. You have been in the homunculus's hands for too long. You do not know how much control he has gained over you. What if you turn to be his instrument and not that of the Daemon in a critical moment? What if this is a trap, a poisoned gift? The true Cabela lies among those corpses. You are just her vestige, her infinitesimal trace defiled by the Xenos. You are unclean, and now you would stain the Daemon with your abominable essence?" Cabela regards her copies in silence and then shakes her head heavily. "They are right. I cannot go with you. It could be the homunculus's trap. Who can say? Perhaps I am not even the true Cabela, merely a shard of her. Abandon me here. Save yourself. Trust me, I can see that you are the true Cabela, my devoted ally." Cabela grits her teeth and says with powerless anger, "I will trust you, Daemon. I am your weapon. I am a blade unbroken. Even that butcher could not break me, and that means..." The rage subsides, leaving naught but cold resolve in her voice. "He cannot corrupt me. I am I, the second spinner of the blood-spun web, Cabela." Do your thing, Cabela. Good job. The other two prisoners raise their weapons, but they do not possess even a tenth of the speed of a true death cultist. Cabela stares at you as if she does not recognize you, a trickle of blood running down her face. Can you feel it, Dominant? The shards have become whole. The torturous ringing is gone. Only silence remains. And as for the wounds that this place has left, no matter. I am your blade once again, yearning for your command. Excellent. And we got Pagos back. So if you have Cassie with you, which I had on my previous 3 playthroughs, she's right here in this cage, and you just have to talk to her and get her out. But since we lost her a while back, we're going to grab what we can here, and then there's still more to do in this area. Now,
is there money to be made?
You can come over here and talk to these people. The tall Drukhari, whose body is riddled with painful-looking puncture wounds and dotted with metal rings and clamps, lets out a chuckle as you approach, and begins speaking in his own language. Your elucidator hisses to life, translating the words. Look, Carrion, is this the Mong key that cost you your place at the Archon's side? Marazai's eyes flare with Torkur's fire at the sight of you, an immediate, uncontrollable urge to kill. The Drukhari seizes the blades hanging from his belt and freezes at the shout of the metal-studded Xenos. Careful with the meat for the arena, Marazai. If Sinistori is short on toys for her fighters, you will be punished again. She seems to enjoy pitting you against Chimera. Maybe this time she won't deem it necessary to give you back your skin after you slay them all. The motionless Marazai turns his head toward his kin, and you notice a thin red stripe on his neck below his ear, like a fresh stitch. Shaking with barely contained rage, the former Drakon stares at you with dark eyes. So, you and your rabble are the champions of the local arena. Abyss frowns at the sound of the elucidator and turns away from you dismissively, exchanging a few words with the witch standing next to him. The mocking laughter and the haughty looks in your direction leave no doubt about the subject of their conversation. Your kin do not seem overly fond of you. Marazai casts a contemptuous glance at the witches and without hesitation switches to low Gothic. This witch cult scum is not my kin. Half-borns like Abyss belong here in the filth of the chasm. He cuts himself off, his gloves squeaking in protest as he clenches his fist. You are trapped, and I am trapped. We can help each other. You help me. The Drukhari snorts disdainfully. Why would the quarry help the hunter? If you expect me to believe that. Oh, let's see. Oh, so you like being in this dump at the beck and call of this rabble? Aren't you afraid they won't give you back your skin next time? Marazai clicks his tongue in irritation and rears back. But before he can respond, Abyss makes an impatient gesture. Abyss makes an impatient gesture and says, I am tired of listening to you and your old friend whispering in that primitive babble. Enough, we must go. Marazai grudgingly obeys the order, but as he walks away, he cannot resist tossing another unreadable look in your direction. Well, I see. Now, there is still one more piece of business up here. This guy. Ulfar.
Oh, to see them cut down. But it's unclean.
Oh my. Are you going to stop singing? No. Singing softly under his breath, the man of enormous proportions is intently stripping raw meat from a bone with his teeth. His unwashed red hair is falling into his face. His beard is matted and blood-stained, and the aforementioned teeth look more like fangs than any human equivalent. A less knowledgeable person might not recognize this giant humanoid, but you are well aware that this is a space marine, an angel of the Emperor. The scar tattoos on his body, which at first appear abstract and primitive, together form the angular image of a wolf's mouth with bared fangs. This person must be the genetic offspring of Liman Rus, the space wolf of Fenris. Fenris Hjorda, Vlak.
Fenris Hjorda, mortal. You know the old words. Good words. Strong as a rock. Sharp as the blade of a force axe. Deadly as a kraken's tooth. What do you want?
The huge body, with straggly overgrown red hair, perfectly suits the deep, chilling voice of this man, or of this beast in the guise of a man. Tribal scar-like tattoos cover his chest, arms, and back, and you glimpse intricate braids in his mass of unwashed hair. His body bears so many pale scars that you cannot count them all, and the muscles bulge beneath his skin like boulders. He looks like a statue carved from stone. It is clear that the captivity has sapped this prisoner of none of his physical power. Your assessment is confirmed when you spot the remains of a Drukhari and the pile of carrion at his feet. Luckily, one of the homunculus' servants. The Drukhari's flesh appears to be making a fine snack for your new acquaintance. You do not know the language of the song. The sounds seem crude and mangled, but not entirely lacking the harsh dignity of a form of Gothic, while also sounding similar to the rumble of a landslide, sharp and choppy guttural phrases tumbling forth in a harsh rhythm. You close your eyes and enter the flow of the song, like slipping into a fast-flowing mountain river. Words rise up naturally in your mind. They are not the same ones sung by the prisoner, but you sense their aptness. Verse flows from your lips, full of surprising poetic metaphors and bloody details of a nameless hero fighting monsters under the light of unfamiliar stars.
You are one who has supped the mjord of the Skjalds, I see. In the long haul, some of my brothers would be eager to tell you of their exploits, so that you would sing a saga of their deeds.
Who are you?
I am a wolf.
How did you come to be here?
My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronis Expanse. There was a battle, and then the young wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings, to To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by scythes unclean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The song of swords singing, they clashed with clamor and skill, until stood the old wolf upon the bones. Then, by the birds of battle, was he brought down. Was that clear enough? This saga sounds less interesting in prose.
You must be planning to escape, yes?
And why do you want to know?
Why does the homunculus keep you in a cage?
For his own safety. When I am not busy killing inhuman spawn in the arena, the Xenos fear my will.
We suffer the same fate. I was also captured by Xenos, and they have forced me to kill for their entertainment.
But I sit in a cage while you roam freely around their city. They do not fear you. Maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe our fates are not the same at all.
Don't they feed you?
A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat.
There must have been a reason for this bloody repast. For a moment, the vicious grin loses some of its sincerity. The bloodthirsty prisoner casts an intense, scrutinizing look at your face, as if trying to read your thoughts. I have no more questions. A warrior such as you could prove useful to me.
To get what you want, you will have to convince two very headstrong individuals. Me and my captor. That claw-handed Xenos.
Well, let's see if we can do that, shall we?
I always keep my options open.
Master, allow me to take the Space Marine you keep in the cage. No. The homunculus snaps curtly, and he returns to his work. Noticing that you are still waiting for something, he hisses irritably, still not taking his eyes off the experiment. If you wish to continue wasting my time with your pathetic pleading and whining, specimen, then you know the price. Pay up or get out. I see. Cannot pay now. Get out of my sight. Alright. So here's what we'll do. Could give him a piece of my flesh, but I don't really want to. We know where there is more flesh to get for him. So we'll go get the Space Marine by first going and getting a piece of flesh. But first, I think the appropriate thing to do is going to be to level up everybody at the end of this episode here. So let's do it. The Excel spreadsheet. Let's go to the Rogue Trader builds. Alright, what do we have? Where are we at here? What was the last thing we took for this character? Oh, yeah, we started off here. Eager for battle. Second Extremis. So we need Medicae and Brutal Hunter. Medicae for hit points. Brutal Hunter. Death World characters gain a 50% critical hit chance against targets with the bleeding effect or with 50% or less of the maximum wounds. We like more crit chance. That's always good. Pascal, my friend. You took eager for battle and sniper expertise, and now you get tech use and heightened concentration. Where is your heightened concentration? It's going to be down here somewhere, right there. Whenever the bounty hunter scores a critical hit, they gain plus 5% armor penetration until the end of combat, and it stacks. We love stuff that stacks. Alright. Pagos. Cassia fill-in. You need awareness and the critical zone. Let's go down here, and where is it? Critical zone. Using a stratagem on the backline area grants allies in that area a plus 7% increased critical hit chance against enemies they are protected by cover from. So we like that. More crit chance for our backline shooters. Cabela, sword dance lady. Medicae and Master of Torture. Master of Torture is down here somewhere. Right there. The Executioner deals 5% more damage to a target for each type of damage over time effect inflicted on the target. And since we usually have all three on them, that's an extra 15% that we love to have. Juliet, you are going to take Lore Xenos and Trail and Shatter. Lore Xenos, Trail and Shatter is down here somewhere. Right there. Hot on the Trail now has an unlimited range and reduces the target's armor by 24% for 2 rounds based on her perception bonus. And that is badass. And Jaya Hedari. The whole team's back together. I love it. This is great. I always think of the A team. It's B.A. Baracus. I love it. It's just, I mean, if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, you know, that's probably something you remember. Jaya Hedari, Lore Xenos and unwavering motivation. Where is her unwavering? Unwavering motivation. The target of Inspire gains plus 5% additional damage for every 10 stacks of tactical advantage until the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn. Great. Okay. Well then. We can do this at the end of this episode. We have a little bit of time to enjoy ourselves here, so go to that. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is head to somewhere else. We're gonna head back to the Mangled sector, and we're gonna go kill this critter. And we may actually run into that winged creature again. I can't remember how many times you run into it until later on you'll have a confrontation with it. The winged assassin. There it is again. It just makes a gesture. And then it goes away.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
To get my Lore Xenos person up
My
here.
pleasure.
An empty vial is lying on the ground. It contains repentropin, a stimulant that heightens one's perception of moving objects, but hinders their ability to see stationary obstacles. So, there they are. Strange. We can't do anything with
Is
them.
dealing
So.
with my kin not considered treason among the monkey? Or has greed so blinded you that you do not fear retribution?
It all depends on where you're coming from. A crime that means a death sentence for some is freely permitted for others.
Reaver
I
tendons,
just try to
great.
keep on top of my game and not let any opportunities pass me by.
Reaver tendons might get us Ulfar, but that's okay. Okay, so before, again, Mangled Sector, we know what we did last time. We're going to save the game, and then I'm going to go make a backup of the save in case this goes badly. We have a save. Let's see if we can get to the Mangled Sector without a problem. Everybody on, please. And we'll see if we can kill this critter. Oh, and we need to redo everybody's gear too. So let's do that. I'm going to take a second to do this because it's probably going to take a little bit. Oh no, I love this. Okay, I forgot this game actually does this. It's really cool. When you get all your gear back, it just puts it on your character, but we are missing some boots. So what do I want here? To wear gains 14% parry when using swords. Whenever they parry, they immediately counterattack. That is a decent pair of boots for us. Bruiser boots. Whenever they perform a heroic act or desperate measure, they recover all their wounds and gain 2 AP this turn. That is also a good set of boots for us. Okay, and bladed boots. Charge / dance mechanic. Okay. She doesn't have a cloak. Cloak of shadows. 10% dodge. You want some dodge? You can have some dodge. Because I don't think there are any other. Area of attack. Endure. Nope. Pascal, you got stuff you need. Let's see what else we can get you, buddy. You need a grenade of some kind. You got those kinds of grenades. You can use medkits, so you should have some. We've got medkits. She's got that. Just to make sure everybody's got their gear here. She's got stuff. Can she use a medkit? Not really. She can use a trauma response one. So let's get her a burning area. You've got all your stuff with your staff. You could use another big grenade. Not that you'll ever use it, but what the hell. Okay, everybody's here. Let's save it, even though we're only playing with one save. So what we want to do is go over here and fight this thing right there. That's what he was talking about, the Chitonos. He said, I built this thing and then I got distracted by other stuff, so... Okay, and there it is. Oh. So if we kill this thing, we should be able to go back here. Pegos, what are we going to do with you? You can kind of be here. Earliet, let's put you behind some cover from quite a ways away, actually, would be good. I don't want either one of you being up there, I don't think. Let's do, you're going to go here. Pascal's going to go here. Jahedari's going to go. Oh, there's cover here like that. That's probably pretty good, or we could put her here. Let's see. Cabela, go there. I'm going to go here. We're going to start the battle that way. Pegos, my friend. Let's get bonus to armor and all that jazz. Let's do that. Let's get the back line. I was hoping to do it like this. Perfect. Both of them can get bonuses from that. The protector line right there.
One step closer.
Pegos, my friend. Now, let's do all warp damage is increase and all other types of damage are increase as well. So let's do that.
I will triumph.
There we go. They took a penalty to their willpower and toughness. That's 1 AP. Sure, do it.
Ruin beckons.
And now smack him around here. Could not stun it, so keep trying one more time here. And he gets to come up there and make an attack. Wow. Nice. Good for him. Oh, bad for us. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okay. That was sufficient. Let's see, we're gonna
I understand your
grab your
intent.
bonus. Cut down the prey.
If I must.
Yes, you must. Precise attack has a greater % hit chance. I don't know that we need to do that. What are her weapons again? Deadeye shot attacks. Whenever they score a critical hit with a single shot attack, they gain an additional attack this turn. That's what we're really hoping for here. So, let's do this for more damage.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Let's hope that we can get a critical hit here.
And ancestors guide me.
Did not. Okay, we still get this hit. Or, if there's going to be a turn 2, and I don't think there is, so I think I'd rather just shoot. If the target of the attack is marked as prey, its armor and dodge are also reduced.
If
Yeah,
it
I want
serves
to do
your
that.
cause.
We're going to do that. She doesn't need to do that, but since it's close enough, she will. Oh, no.
I definitely need a drink. Or a medikit. Every thread ends in death.
That's not nice. I'm definitely not liking that. Buddy. Okay. We're gonna have to move. Let's buff ourselves then. Let's set ourselves on fire.
I've faced worse than this.
Make it so we can't do that. We should be able to take some strength and agility away from this thing.
I'll see to it personally.
Okay, we're gonna defend ourselves. Grab some agility.
Who, if not me?
Now we should be able to ignite this guy.
On it.
Oh, he went to attack Cabela. Is nobody gonna dodge his attacks? There's no dodging his attacks, it seems. Wow, he's very effective at that.
I'll make it happen.
Okay, let's do
I'll see to it
this.
personally.
Which one is this? 5 levels of warp burn. Hit it.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. The biomechanical creature is flailing its limbs faintly. Its body is broken and bears the signs of combat, but it seems no one is planning to repair it. You can see the glistening flesh under the cracked carapace and the bunch of wires that permeate it. The armor plates raise heavily as the creature emits a wistful, creaking sigh full of regret. The claw on Pascal's mechadendrite clangs loudly. The visor emits a series of clicks, switching the observation spectrum. Pascal's hands automatically reach for the combi tool on his belt, even as his eyes closely watch the dying creature. Every limb of the creature, the hard ones on skeletal paws and the flexible ones on metallic cords, is equipped with a variety of implements similar to surgical tools. The jagged circular saws, twisted drills, and vibrating monoscalpels promise unbearable pain. You can clearly see the inside of the mechanism through holes in the armor. Its gut can open to drag a hamstrung victim inside. Once the victim finds themselves in the monster's stomach, they will be pierced by injectors that will liquefy them. The substance will then drain to the reservoirs as the tail of the creature. Can you understand me? Creature emits a series of wheezing sounds. Was it an answer? Moans of agony? Or just the normal rumbling of its mechanism? There's no way to tell. It's trying to communicate. The creatures in this place only understand the language of pain shedding. Let's smash its head in before something happens that we can't undo. What are you? Creature responds with a series of choking and snarling sounds. After a moment, as if realizing that its language is not clear to you, it extends a fighting limb in your direction in a menacing gesture. The message is clear. I am a warrior. I am a killer. This is an engine of pain, Elentok. An executioner created by the depravity of my twisted cousins. Living flesh fused to a mechanism whose sole purpose is to inflict as much pain as it can. The Dark Ones are caught in a cycle of torment, desperately seeking pleasure in the suffering of others. This machine is but an instrument of their endless desire, a symbol of what they are willing to do to slake the thirst and fear that consume them. There are obvious parallels. That's all I'm going to say. Something bursts in the creature's gut. With a quiet squelch, and a puddle of oily ichor spreads from under its belly. Pascal, would you like to study this device? Request approved. Pascal eagerly unfolds his mechadendrites and they all rush toward the monster. A shrieking drill cuts deep into the armor while a claw hungrily snaps off chunks of the flesh pierced with strands of metal wire. The creature thrashes and wheezes but cannot escape the merciless vivisection. The collected samples are sent to a portable analyzer and the tech priest visor clicks, recording the procedure in picked images. Pascal suddenly freezes and takes a little step back. Process interrupted. An operational collision has been detected. What made you stop? This unit is under the influence of conflicting impulses. The operational vector of cognition dictates the necessity of studying this subject. The operational vector of obeying the Omnissiah and his universal law dictates the necessity of recoiling from the subject and purifying it. The operational vector of adoration before his might dictates the necessity of reverence for the subject where the natural spirit resides in synthesis with that of a machine. I see. Well, what do you want to do there? You are an explorer. Study it before it gives up the ghost. Request approved as doctrinally correct. Pascal leans over the creature and the drill whirs, sounding shrill and relentless. The tech priest's voice hums with the ice-cold determination of a divine vivisector. Let the cycle be discontinued. Let ignorance be discontinued. And what we get from that is a fancy-dancy life sunderer, which has a rate of fire of 9. Wow, and we get his pain converter. I assume Jai can use that thing? Let's go. Date. News to oldest. Nope, she can't. Okay. Because if we go up here and do hide non-wearable. Oh, so she can't use that because can't be equipped by this character. Why not? It's exotic. Features Drukhari weapon proficiency, and that's what she doesn't have. Okay, I see. I got you. I thought she had Drukhari. She must only have Eldari. Well, you folks up here are wounded, so I think that's going to be the thing we're going to have to deal with. We've grabbed what we wanted now.
Always keep your eye on the price.
A thralled marauder over there with some goods. So I think the thing to do now is we'll end the episode here. We need to use med kits to take their wounds away. And we're going to go back and visit the anatomical opera with Terentius. And we're going to try to free Ulfar, the space marine. So that's where we're at, folks. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe, leave questions and comments down below. It's chapter 3. Act 3, I should say. We'll see you next time. And until then, happy gaming, everyone.